Obviously, in the context of the Good Friday liturgy, we have the Passion narrative being told to us, this time from the perspective of the Gospel of John. And obviously, there's a lot of different details we can sort of focus on because it's a really long story. But the thing I want to kind of draw your attention to today is what Pontius Pilate actually says to the people when he presents to them the beaten and wounded Christ. So you recall how Jesus Christ is beaten and scourged by the Roman authorities and given this purple robe and a crown of thorns to mock his kingship, before again Pontius Pilate presents him to the people and says, "Behold the man." And the thing I want you to notice here is that even in this act of wickedness and ignorance, even in this act of brutality and violence, the people involved, the Roman soldiers, Pontius Pilate himself, they're collaborating in God's providential designs. God is bringing about the work of salvation precisely in the midst of these challenging circumstances. Because in a certain sense, when Pontius Pilate says, "Behold the man," in a certain sense what he's saying to the people is, this is the perfect man. This is God incarnate taking on the form of a human being. This again is the perfect man. Now, obviously, it's scandalous for us to say, right? Because again, this is the wounded and beaten Christ. But the thing to focus on is the great faithfulness of Christ. Here is Jesus Christ who is faithful to the will of the Father even to the end, even until death. And through that, he brings about the salvation of the world. That's the thing that's meant to be imitated. Here is a man who sticks to what is right, who perseveres in his faith in his Father in heaven, and continues to persevere even into death on the cross. And again, what the Father in heaven is basically saying to the people through Pontius Pilate is that this is the model of how to live the Christian life in the midst of this broken and messy world.